And just like that, I'm back. Hi there, this is Flower with Wubba 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 a Wubba 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 Rebel Flower Tarot. Good evening. Welcome to Flower in the Evening, or Flower After Dark. What am I gonna call this? Midnight Tarot. How about that? Okay, so we ended it on "You'll regret messing with the chosen ones." Chosen one. They're already regretting that. So you have holistic magic at your fingertips. You have esoteric knowledge. You have shaman energy in your DNA. You can combat any energy sent to you in all state of being, in the dream, in the 3D, in the 5D, and above. Especially coming from these karmic, evil family members. You know how to alchemize the energy. The problem is they don't know how to alchemize the energy. The problem is everything they send you just makes you stronger. It just makes you stronger. Every word magic, every ill intention, every practitioner hired and or fired has died, is dying, or is dead. Is that dead, dying, same thing? Semantics, okay? Somebody else just died, literally just now. This is judgment day for these enemies. Judgment time, judgment, just judgment, clarity, decision, final hour. It's a wake-up call. Find your purpose. You may be having a lot of deja vu moments. You're being called to go to your homeland. Your ancestors are calling you home, where you originally were stolen from. These people that are occupying any space that is destined for you, they're getting pulled out of those locations. Literally, spiritually, energetically. You have to get the fuck out of your way. Get the fuck out of your house. And Spirit just wants you to remain calm at this time. Your path is clear. You will be traveling. You will be traveling for these new collaborations, I'm hearing, for new love interests, for new business endeavors. And it's kind of like they've known for a long time who you were before you were even, before your DNA, before the sex of who you are was even known. Like in your mom's womb, they knew you were a magical being, a mystical being, a timeless being is what I'm hearing. Like you can walk through portals. You are the portal. Spirit wants you to just spend time alone in hermit and not to worry. The divine is handling the situation. Okay? Whatever you are striving to achieve this lifetime, you will have success in it. And no one can stop you unless you want to stop yourself. Remember to keep your spiritual hygiene up, because these psychic attacks will never stop. You will just get different variations of them, because these dark entities are just hopping body to body. Sister, sibling, cousin, mommy, auntie, father figure, ex-lover, whatever they think that you will willingly let back in. Okay? The gag is, you don't fuck with none of them, so you don't care. You've already released these energy. So, let me tell you something. Your family, from wherever land you're from, I'm hearing Barbados, I'm hearing some sort of island, Jamaica, Haiti, but I've been getting channeled messages about Barbados for years, and I had no idea. I know Rihanna's from Barbados. That's pretty much the most I know about it. I haven't really looked into it because I'm busy doing other shit, as you can see. So I've had Rihanna actually been in a couple of my dreams before. I don't know. I'm not sure the relevance of that, but Spirit will let me know in divine timing. Getting God bumps through my back. So maybe that's relevant to y'all. Okay, Riri. I love your work. I love your makeup. So I'm not feeling anything insidious in that energy, but it just needs to be said. So collective, you've been having sweet dreams. Even though you do have these weird dreams and they try to attack you or trap you in the dream state, you still be sleeping pretty. And you know when to get the fuck out of Dodge because you read the energy. I read the energy in every room that I occupy. Grocery store, corner store, gas station. Shit, if I get a download not to go to the gas station that day, guess what? I'm not going. There's a weirdo over there, or somebody's gonna circle around and talk to me. That happens so frequently where I go to the gym at. There's this select group of interesting folk, let's say it like that just go out of their way to make things awkward. So you know that energy. You just might say, I'm going to switch up the time I go because I don't want to have to run into that weirdo. And so listen to those nudges. Listen to those intuitive nudges, okay? Because your spirit team will never steer you wrong. What else is here? Oh, this is finish the story. Okay, so yeah, so I'm like, well, how deep is this fucking sound, right? Like, everything felt familiar, so I treaded forward. But then at the back of my mind, I'm like, that was weird. I felt like I was gonna like sink down to wherever that car was. The car was completely encased in the snow. The only reason why I knew there was a car down there because I looked down and seen like a whole like old car from like the 40s. Like that car had been from the 40s. I love old cars. Just so much character and sexiness to them. Okay, I don't like these new age cars with the electricity and you gotta plug it in. Like, ew, I'm old school. Okay, so something about collaborations and unity. You're going to be having a lot of business endeavors where people are going to really want to fuck with you. And this scares somebody. Somebody in your energy is having paranoia and frightful dreams. They're having disturbances because this is what they wanted for you. This is what they asked for. And it's gonna be their demise. People are gonna die by overdosing on substances by their own hand. Because it's a demi-mission. They literally will take themselves out. Unfortunately. I've seen a lot of people. I've seen how they've gone already. I thought they were gone already. That's why it's hard. It's kind of tricky for me to read some of these readings. Because I got the download that they were gone already. Like I felt their life essence leave this realm. Because we were attached at one point. We did have a cord. And so when I got... I'm not saying that, but when I got certain downloads about certain people that used to be so near and dear to me that I literally would have taken a bullet for. You know who you are. It just really broke me. But that wound has calloused over. And love don't live here no more. Okay? So now they're feeling these disturbances and they don't know what to do. It just scares them. I remember what we said in the first reading, literally the reading before this. Fear is an illusion. You have the choice to resist the change or adapt through it. Okay? You're stronger than you ever expected you could be. And this misfortune is catastrophic because they wanted it to be. They didn't have to dredge up such darkness. They didn't have to, but they wanted it to be. They could have compromised. Spirit said they had the opportunity to compromise. So let me get back to the story before I get too sidetracked with the comings and goings. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so I'm trudging up the hill and then I get to like this hilltop hangout type place. It felt like we were like when I got to the top there was like other people, like other humanish CPNs or what is it, non-player characters, NPCs or whatever. Yeah, it was like a little hangout or like just a chill vibe, like just think of like a coffee shop in the hillside or whatever. And there's like, you know, young adults and they're having like hot chocolate and playing chess and cards. There are like little tables here and there, couches, tables, just galore. Just a fun vibe, like wood fireplace burning and crackling. I could smell like the amber and everything as I entered the place, and the coffee brewing. So this cabinet, or this old like chest of knickknacks and all types of cute little trinkets, caught my attention. And it's just like a cabinet of like old figurines and old little doodads, and I always am driven to go like tinkering with stuff like that, because I just love old things, because my old soul. I love going to the thrift store. That's like one of my favorite activities, like especially if I'm feeling low. I haven't been thrifting in months though, I've been so busy, but it's like one of my favorite things to do. And like, you gotta kind of be careful of what you touch in those thrift stores, because they hold old energy, so you don't want to bring like something that's insidious or demonic home. Definitely cleanse that shit before you bring it even into your car, and a little prayer and all that stuff. But I was interested in like different objects that they were mine. Like I could just feel like they were mine. Different doodads, papers, articles of clothing, or just little things like I found like the seashell that I know had to been mine in another life. I found like, feathers, like beautiful feathers, like eagle, owl feathers, which I know was from my ancestors, like literally my spirit guides, indigenous times, I want to say. And then of course, like fate would have it, I always find different crystals and gems and beautiful good omen type items as well. And I found this beautiful blue crystal, and I felt like it was mine. It was like a long lost trinket, a forgotten but so familiar piece of a family heirloom. Something that is only unique to me and mine. I'm not going to describe it, but I know exactly what it was. It felt like it was calling me to, because I found it in like this drawer, like way in the back of the drawer. Like there's all these scattered papers and old like check registers, like something about like banking checks, banking wires, banking documents that have been altered, life birth certificates altered, wills, documents altered, that had stamps of approval from those abusing their power. That's relevant. So as I'm holding this little object, which is beautiful and unique to me, Spirit said hold my Lumerian. Immediately I was inspecting its beauty, and then some tan female with reddish auburn hair, could have been like burgundy, brunette-ish, but it definitely had like a tinge of red to it. Out of nowhere, like comes like Sloopy, like a little ninja from the wayside, and she's wearing this Where's Waldo hat. Like the little hat that on Waldo, like the scavenger. You gotta find Where's Waldo in a page full of Waldos, like a page full of clones or lookalikes. You gotta find the authentic Waldo, right? So she had like one of those fucking hats on, and I'm like, I give her a 1-2, like, bitch, why you rock up on me like that? And she straight yanked it out of my grasp, and she's like, ooh, so pretty. I'm like, yeah, mine. Oh, do you come from a place where there's no manners? Like, you can't say, may I see that, or anything? Like, I just straight checked her, and does excuse me and please not exist in your world, you salty bitch. Like, I literally said something along those lines, and she's like, oh, I just want to show my friends real quick, I'll bring it right back. Oh, don't worry about it, I'll bring it right back. And then I smeared, and then she just like darted out of like the corner of my eye. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get this hoe. And it's kind of like literally what's happening with the collective. Like, we have so many different versions of us, copycats, so many different replicas, that these powers that were, cults, covens, or family members try to replicate your essence and put it in other people, ex-lovers, like I said, aforementioned colleagues, or straight businesses. Like, these weird churches even try to cultivate a collaboration with these weird clone versions of you, or mimics, or doppelgangers, you want to say, but they could never get it all the way right. Like, they all just look like little versions of a world. Where's Waldo in this bitch? Nobody can replicate who you truly are. They can't replicate your light, is what I'm saying. Okay, so I gathered up my little pocket of things that I found, dropped all those mystery papers that I found, like the check registers and the false marriage certificate and the false birth certificate, and my evidence, seashells. I also found old buttons and pens and art supplies. Relevant. I love art. And so does my babies. Like, they love all things artsy. Zipped it up in my backpack, and I was like scanning the room for the redheaded bitch that took my shit and thought she could just take my shit and pretend like she me. Yeah, bitch, I'm talking about you. And I know she'd be like in my reading, so that's why I got to bring you up, make you famous, hope. Scan the room for the rude ass chicken head bitch, and all I saw was like cute little couples kissing, a cupcake, and old folks playing cards and checkers, spades too. And what's that one Pops used to play? Spirit? Dominoes. They were playing dominoes. That one used to be fun. I used to watch my dad play dominoes and not badminton, not Mangala. That's an African game. I really love that game. I used to play that by myself all the time. Mangala. It's another game. It starts with an M though. What's it called? I'll have to find out later so I can keep going. But yeah, they're playing that, and there was an ominous dark essence that entered the room. It swelled and smothered the room. It's not something you could see. It's just something, as an energy reader, we feel. And it's kind of like time to hit the road, Joe. God bumps all through the side of me. Spirit says, this is true. Listen to your intuitive nudges. So yeah, that indicated to me it's time to get the fuck out of here. So, oh yes, it reminded me, it was like similar to, I don't know if you guys have seen that movie, The Labyrinth. I know 90 babies, you probably have. Labyrinth, with like, storyline is like this girl, she makes this plea, because understand, words are spells, so she tells the universe, Goblin King, take this such and such child away from me. And she's like speaking of her little brother, because she's envious and jealous of her little brother, even though he's her half brother, he's her sibling, and she has to watch him, I guess, because her parents like go on like some date night or whatever, and she's just jealous because of all the attention he gets. And it's weird because she's like 16, 17 years old. She should be like out doing her own thing, living her life, but for whatever reason she took her discomfort and jealousy out on this little baby, and she called the Goblin King to come and take him away. And what does the Goblin King do? He comes and takes him away to this hidden land that's like in the dream state, kind of, right? That's why we're talking about this. That's because, understand, movies are documentaries. These demonic powers that were, these entities that took over human vessels, have to tell us what's happening, and they tell us in black and white right in front of your fucking eyes every day, all day. And these movies, which are really documentaries, this is what they've done. This is how they get away with all the wicked shit that they do all the time in an endless loop. And you just say, oh, well, that's a coincidence, or that's crazy how that went. No, they're literally trying to numb you to when the shit really goes awry. Like that one movie that came out when C-19 was that C-19 that we literally were living. And then I saw a preview, literally here on YouTube, or was it on Instagram? I think it was YouTube, of like this girl or this town like in New York City gets quarantined because some weird disease goes rampant, and everybody has to stay home and stay trapped in their home. And if they're outside, they get in trouble with the fuzz, or they get sent to some place and they're never heard of again. And they're all wearing the mask, and they're all like scared and fear-mongering and this, that, and the third. And I posted that like on, not my community board, I didn't have a community board, but I shared, I think it was like the name and title or something, and that's not even on my thread anymore. So yeah, they've been like literally trying to shadow ban and take stuff away or put stuff or pause movement of certain messages, foresights, viewings, and warnings that the collective have been doing for years. Like, I'll digress though, but yeah, that movie was supposed to make y'all numb and not think anything of it, because that's literally what we were living. Like, oh, it's just making fun. Somebody said, like, I read a comment, it was like, we're just making fun of the inevitability of what we're living through right now. No, it's called they're trying to create an alternate universe where you guys you can't change the trajectory of how shit's going. Like, they're giving you the fucking blueprint of what they want to have happen and what they think that you will allow to have happen. Understand, you have to allow it. You have to accept it. You have to roll with the punches. You have to not question it. And you have to not change the narrative. But that's what we're doing here. We're literally telling you to live your own life, break out of the matrix, raise your vibration, cultivate your own thing, tap into your own gifts, and create your own universe where they don't exist. Where nobody's telling you what to do, where nobody's making you do weird demonic shit to be in a cult or a group or have alliances with demonic beings and demonic dark spirits. You don't have to live like that. You don't have to share and shave your asshole so the devil himself can backdoor you all day, every day, whenever they want to, or use that against you, like in a blackmail scenario, and say, well, you're gonna go against the brotherhood, well, we've got that video on you, you don't want that video go out. Or you're doing something weird like sacrificing a goat, or you're trying to unalive somebody's baby and it's on tape, or you're doing something creepy and inappropriate, it's on tape, and they're blackmailing you that way, or they're using it as some sort of bribery. Like, don't do that weird shit to begin with. You don't have to do that weird shit. God never gonna make you do no weird shit like that. That's the straight devil behavior, straight demonic evil behavior. And that's what these low vibrational powers that's what fuels them. They're like, give me more of this evil. Eat it up, eat it up. Because you guys are just, you don't question that shit. You don't question everything like those that have connection to source do. I think you should be like, hey, why does so and so have to do this and this and this? Like, these celebrities, they didn't question anything. They just all they were about was about the bag, about the materialism, about fame and fortune and celebrity status. They didn't know that they had to sacrifice family members to get that title. They didn't know that they had to, like, get on their knees and gargle that mayonnaise every weekend, every meeting, to hold these old saggy balls in your hand. I'm sorry, that's literally what they gotta do. I've seen it, and that's what they keep doing. And the fuck shit is, it's not working anymore. So what are your options? You gotta evolve and adapt, and they're gotta be exposed for the weirdness and the wickedness that they were participating in, willingly, and some unwillingly. Some, unfortunately, their families, they come from a long line of wicked, darkness. It's just in the bloodline. They're part of the family or the brotherhood or the sisterhood because their great grandmama was a part of it, and they think that's all they can be. The descendant of an evil warlock or an evil witch from the land of evil bitches. I don't know. I know exactly where they are, but I'm not gonna tap into a whole bunch of different names because they shadow ban me enough, and I want you guys to literally hear this message. So if I need be, if the cards tell me to, then I go there. I go where I am told to go. You know, I've already said everybody's name. These are like Masonic groups that call themselves the Illuminati. These are churches that call themselves churches, but they're really not churches. They do demonic shit, and they hide under the gaze or the guise that they're a church and that they're high vibrational, but they're really not. They're low vibrational. I digress, but just know you need to question everything. You need to fall into loving yourself, honoring your vessel, and realizing that you don't have to be evil to win. You don't have to be demonic to win. And they don't really talk about this. Now my throat is tickly. I still need to, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Thank you, Spirit. But the thing is, when you feel like the vibe is weird, say that. Speak on it. Be like, especially if you were just having a copacetic conversation with somebody and then suddenly they're like looking at you weird, like they get that demonic face, like the straight, what is it called? Oh yeah, I call it the fluoride stare. It's a fluoride stare. It's so funny. It's just like it's a blank stare that I can't even replicate because I'm not a fake fraud or phony. But it's just like, it's like a mouth breather thing. No offense if you're a mouth breather, but it's just like, but they're not there. Like the entity is now using them. Like whoever you thought it was like an old best friend or old lover, they're not listening. Like the demon's taking over, and you're talking to that demon that's latched onto their chakra of choice. Let it be the throat, the third eye, the crown, the sacral, the sacral, the root, whatever chakra that they're harboring this entity on. That person, that entity's taking over, and they're like on autopilot. And a little piece of them might come in and out every so often, just enough to like keep you under the illusion, like, oh, I know what you're talking about. Everything's so normal. Like on that episode of SpongeBob when he's trying to be an oval, but he's clearly a square. It's like that. Okay. Where was I going? Okay, so yeah, the vibe got weird. The vibe got ominous. And I said, ooh, there's a dark essence in here. It's time for me to go. So, like in the Labyrinth, that one, the Goblin King tried to trap her to slow her down, right? And a dream within a dream. And so she's like thinking she's at like this fancy schmancy party, but really she's in a bubble, and the people around her, confirmation giver, the people around her are like, they're dancing and like, oh, it's such a great party, you don't want to leave yet. But she's like, oh no, I gotta find my brother. But then she dances with the Goblin King, and he like puts this misdirection over her, and she's like under his seductive move, or like his handsomeness, or whatever it was, which is, he's let me keep going, because I was gonna say he was very feminine in that movie, but I don't know if that's like his normal vibe. I don't really listen to any of his music, but yeah, he had like, and then finally she realized, she's like, what am I doing? What am I doing here? I'm wasting time. And then she like gets something like off one of the tables or whatever, and she burst the bubble. Like she literally broke out of that trance or misillusion that he tried to put her in, because she really noticed when she realized the room was weird, the vibe was weird, people were like dancing around her, but they were giving her like evil eye. The masks that they were wearing started kind of warping and changing. She felt unease, like a dis-ease within her aura, within her vibe. You gotta pay attention to that shit, even if you're in the dream state, okay? You are the runner, the owner of this vessel. You need to notice the little things all day, every day, okay? Pay attention to those misillusions. And so yeah, she burst out of that, and she went to keep her objective of finding her little brother, because she had to save him, because this wicked ass dark warlock was trying to take his soul, take his energy. What did he want? Why else would he want a baby? Even when he had the baby, he's like, dance, baby, dance. Like he's throwing a baby up, like high up, like not even like in a safe distance. He was throwing that baby like way high. Okay, watch the movie, y'all. Watch the movie. I love how, was it a Jim Henson? I don't know, but the puppeteering in that was really, really cool. Like I love the storyline. I like the music, but movies are documentaries. Believe me if you want to. Don't believe me if you want to, is what I mean. But yeah, my dream was like that same sensation. I was like, yo, time to get out of here. So I spot that heifer in the corner, like bragging about my heirloom, which was a magical crystal. Okay, it's a magical crystal. It always is a crystal, isn't it? It's always a crystal. And I spot the heifer that stole my crystal. Before she notices me, I yank it out of her grasp, and she's just like gaggling with a group of heifers talking about it. She's like, hey, and she's talking to my back because my ass is already out of there. Like, I'm already down the stairs, damn near the door. I see some familiar faces. You know who you are. I know who you are, so don't have to dredge it up. But familiar faces, family, business, ex-colleagues, ex-friends, some that I didn't even tell why I stopped fucking with you. I just blocked you. I know you know why. Liars, cheaters, stealers, theft, like just disgusting shit. Bribed. You can't be trusted, bitch. Nigga. That's why you sit where you sitting and I'm sitting where I'm sitting. And that's okay. You will heal next lifetime is what Spirit tells me. So I'm going down the stairs and somebody familiar tries to get my attention. They literally try to yank on me. I break free of that shit. Like, get the fuck off me. We're not doing that. I've even had like people in my had people in my dream state try to get like very sensual, like kiss on me or grab my ass and weird shit like that. And I'm like, don't do that. I've actually yoked up people in my dreams too. Like, don't fucking touch me. Don't try to put no tie on me. You will get fucked up in this dream. I'm not even playing. I have a machete in real life and in the astral. And my spiritual team don't say about me. They've literally stopped somebody trying to unalive me in my dream by just out of nowhere. There's a fucking big ass butcher knife dropped right on the bitch's head, and all I saw was red sauce all over their eyes, all over their face, just dripping down, literally inches from me. My spirit team did that. I didn't even have anything to do with that one. And I was like, oh, that's when I wasn't even woke. I remember that one distinctly. So yeah, I'm trying to get out of there, and I'm puzzled. Blocks. Okay, so yes. Okay, so I'm about to get out of there. I'm like, it's literally inches from the door, and lo and behold, somebody's blocking the door. The entry was blocked because there was a big bear rug that I don't remember walking over it, but I do remember seeing like something furry on the floor, but that wasn't really relevant, like as I was ascending when I entered. But there was this big bear rug that suddenly rose the fuck up. Like, it woke up. It wasn't a rug. It turned into a real bear, like on some Narnia type shit. And so, it looked like he was just sleeping. He was just like, you know, doing those cute little bear yawns. But this thing turned from a cute little cuddly bear to like a big old massive beast of a bear. That bitch was like 6-8 feet. And of course, I'm the one closest to the fucking bear. And I'm like slowly backing up and like cowering down to like a little stool chair that was like by this big bookcase, trying not to be seen, trying to blend in, like getting inside my coat type shit. And I'm like scanning the room, and people notice, so everybody kind of just stops moving and like stops playing cards, and they just kind of like staring, like glass statues staring at the beast, and I'm staring at them, and I'm staring at the beast, and I'm like, oh fuck, I was almost out of this bitch. Like, and then there's like this character. It was like funny, this guy that like looked like, what's his name, Vector from Despicable Me, glasses and all, like yellow like jumpsuit, zip up jumpsuit and all, and he's like going down the stairs like just like a dumbass, just going down the stairs, and he like had his glasses off, and he's like, you know, wiping his glass lens like with like the sleeve of his sweater or whatever, bright yellow, so you know the bear fucking seen him moving and shit. And I'm all like, please, like sit down. We're like, dude, like whispering to him like stop, and he of course doesn't have his glasses on, so he didn't see shit. It's like Mr. Magoo in this bitch. and completely unaware, just stupid. I was like, oh well, he's gone. And so like I was like, okay, well he's gonna be bear bait, and I didn't even want to look at that. So as he's like getting closer to the bear, and the bear's like watching him, just trying to like peep what's going on, I feel like part of me thinks I'm interpreting the bear as like a protector, a spirit animal, and also like a monitoring spirit on my ancestor side, because bears are notorious for being territorial, very protectors. Mama bears don't play. Like, even if she senses you gonna get anywhere near her baby bears, she will fuck you up. She will claw your whole existence away like in seconds. So I wasn't really fearful of the bear, but I also didn't want to test it. So, you know, like you always want to be cool as a cucumber and don't test shit even in your dream state. Like know your limitations is what I'm saying. Like, let's be real here, because some people think they're dreaming and they're really awake, and some people are awake but they're really dreaming. I've had those before where I thought I was waking up out of my dream, but I'm still in the dream state. And I know because there's just a lot of different details. I'm not going to tell you all of the details because I'm revealing too much as it is. But yeah, so I sneak past the bear. The guy is now the bear's focus. And I felt like the bear kind of let me sneak past because it was like, oop, here's my time. Let me just, go ahead, bippity bop boop, out of here. And I'm outside, right? And so the bear didn't investigate. He didn't take chase. He didn't follow me. And I'm like, oh yeah, sweet freedom. And suddenly I'm running. My black ass, get the fuck out of there. You don't have to tell me twice. My ass is out. Like, wind, earth, wind, and fire, highly significant. So I could be like talking to a group of like people that are from like the 70s era or before, like some boomers perhaps, or 70s are highly relevant. I've always felt like I was born in the wrong timeline, but now I know I'm an old soul, so I'm kind of a part of all the timelines, all the life cycles meshed into one. So I have an eclectic style and I have such a high IQ and a wide vocabulary. But orb, thank you spirit, love you. And so like I'm running and I'm like, can't stop, there's a bear back there, run for your life. I'm just warning people as I'm passing them by, because they're all like there's people like skiing and people just like doing like snow angels and shit, just like doing cutesy shit outside, and I'm just like getting the fuck out of there. And there was no earth rumbles, there was no earthquake, there was no volcano. However, that all of those worldly events are highly significant, spirit says. And now there's pockets of ice beneath me again, just like when I was going up this weird hill to this weird cabin in the middle of nowhere, and when I thought I was just walking, trudging back to my house. Okay, if you didn't see part 1 of this, go check that out, because that'll make more sense to this part. So 12 o'clock is highly significant. Okay, so at the strike of midnight, there will be some big changes happening for you, collective. If it hasn't happened already, you are going to internalize or be upgraded because somebody's passing. If you know, you know. Alright, confirmation. It's gonna enrage some people, but they're not in charge. The Most High God is in charge. Alright. So as I'm like running, I notice the earth has separated, and it's not like a little bit of separation. There's a good 12 feet or so. You gotta hop like we're like fucking, what is that game? What's the video game where you like hop on different pieces and you don't want to fall into the deep abyss, whatever video game that is. So there's just a deep abyss beneath the surface. I thought it was snow. It's not fucking snow. When I look down, it looks like fucking glacier. It looks like layers of ice and rock and sediment, and it's just bluish, a beautiful luminous bluish ocean shades, and then like a little tinge of brown. Like you can see the different layers of the earth. And like I'm about to hop off this little glacier piece that I'm standing on. I didn't scream or anything, but there were people around like screaming and freaking out, and they're like, what the fuck? And there's like I scan the room and people are anxious and they're hopping on pieces of land. And as I'm about to hop to my nearest piece, all of a sudden this gypsy looking older bitch, confirmation, tickling my nose, pushes like the sediment or the other piece of land further away, and like her and her daughter like holding hands, and she like pulls her up, and I'm like, what the fuck, bitch, why did you do that? Like I didn't even see these bitches. I guess they were close enough that they could like hop onto where I was, and then she pushes it away. Does this make sense? Like, just picture, okay, you're on the thing, and then there's other people beside you, and then she pushes it away, and as she hops on, she climbs up on it, and it like moves further away from me. And I've seen this gypsy bitch before. This is whoever this person is. They're the people that were hired to do dark practitioning work on me. Never met them in a day in my life, but I see them in the dream state all the time. You're exposed. I see you. You stink. They smell like old fish sauce and putrid, dirty diapers and death itself. They smell like death. And I want to say Romanian, Russian, European dark witch, dark warlocks, whatever. Her daughter was the one with the auburn hair. So these people are significant. Their lifelines correlate. This is like somebody's mother or grandmother or daughter or descendants of just evil, stupid bitches, like wicked older broads trying to still be relevant, like Tangle's mom, but she's just an evil old witch, just like Snow White's mom, or stepmom rather, evil old witch. So it's relevant because my karmic mom was just an evil old witch that did dark magic on me my whole fucking life. So I mean, all of this is relevant. And I bravely just looked at my predicament because there's bluish and brownish beautiful ice layers in front of me, rippling underneath me. I felt like I was kind of descending down, but as I'm looking around, there's other people that are further down than me, and I know they're freaking out. Like one person's just screaming and crying, and it's not looking good. And like when I look behind me, there's like 20 plus people that didn't make the cut, so they're definitely gonna die because there's a bear on that side, and then forward it's just kind of just out of reach or whatever. But there was like 2 or 3 people that were in worse positions. So this is relevant to you, collective. There are people that are really at death's door and they want to hold on to you or get a reach or extend out to you to get apart, to get afloat on your lifeline, on your iceberg, but there's no room for them on your iceberg. It's just enough room for you. Just one soldier of one, maybe your little babies too, because you're a mama bear or you're a daddy bear. There's just enough room. That's it. Maybe 4, 5 if you're pushing it. Okay. God, don't filter me. Yeah, what I say is true. And people want to reach out to you and they know that you wouldn't respond. They might be calling you from numbers you don't know, numbers you're not familiar with, blocked calls. You see them, you just don't care. There's nothing you can do about it. They're gonna just keep doing that. Yeah, so people in worse conditions are just gonna try to hold on to you, to this raft for dear life. And per usual, you're curious how it ends, right? As you can see, I'm still here. I woke up. I woke up. I didn't fall into this sunken place. I didn't have a cord attached to me. All contracts and agreements done in the dream state are null and void. Speak it as if it's already happened, because you know it has. Words have power. Words are power, especially if you're a part of the collective. What you say happens. What you call back to you comes to you. You are divine, and nobody can take your destiny. What is written for you in the stars is just that. It will always be written for you. Confirmation. Okay? So the enemy's traps don't work on me. Don't work on the collective. Never have, never will. Mark my words. You will need us before we will ever need you. And that's what's happening right now. That's what's happening right now. Because the collective are fucking winners. Always have been, always will be. Okay. Okay. Always have been, always will be. And that's how that dream ends. So you choose your destiny. You choose how you're gonna get out of these situations, how you're gonna get out of these pickles, these predicaments. You can sit there and be like, wah, what do I do? Or you can say, nah, I'm not writing for this. This ain't my dream. This ain't my spot. This ain't gonna be how I end. I'm just gonna beam my way out of here because I am the master manifester of my reality. And if you don't like that, that's because you're not a part of it. You dumb fuck. You're not. Bye-bye. I remember like when I was a little girl, I used to have like really, I've always had very vivid lucid dreams. But one in particular, I remember distinctly. When I would be sleeping, I would never be like in a fully dream state. I could always feel things around me, see things around me, hear things around me. I'd be like in a half sleep state. And one time, like, I fell asleep with like this headband around my head, and then when I was in this half dream state, I thought I was awake, but I really wasn't awake. There was like this man, this African looking man with like long dreadlocks, dark chocolate complexion, like straddling me as a little kid. Like I was like maybe like 8. His whole body was on top of me, and he was like literally choking me, just trying to choke me out. And he was just like using all his might, but it wasn't like I could feel the pressure of his hand. It just kind of freaked me out that there was a big ass man on top of me, because I was like, what the fuck? What is this shit? And then I woke up out of that dream or stance or whatever. Like, this is how they used to try to get the collective when we were youngsters. They used to try to invade your dreams, grape you in the dream, literally harvest your sacral energy, your root energy, to manifest their truest realities. And that's how they've been doing it for centuries, and till we woke up the masses and were taking fucking ownership of our essence, of our light, of our energy. You can't use my fucking battery, my light anymore. Fucking die off already. This is your turn to die off. Okay, it's not happening this lifetime. I know for a fact I was unalived by my ex-significant other at least 3 times in other lifetimes. Or another jealous Betty, a female that just couldn't fuck with me or got jealous of me or was envious to the point where they had to unalive me. Okay, I got those downloads many times before. But yeah, so I woke up from that dream with that with my headband that was on top of my head around my throat, and I felt like the pressure of, you know, like when somebody sits on the edge of your bed. I felt the pressure before I woke up. Let me go backwards. Before I woke up, I felt the pressure of somebody like leaving my bed, like from where he was straddling me to like the edge of my bed to like slowly descending out of the room. And I've seen like shadow figures when I was little. I used to have like really scary dreams of like this clown chasing me and stuff. I never was fearful of clowns. My mom used to make me a fucking clown for Halloween so many years in a row, me and my sister, because she got our clown costumes way too big, and she's like, well, I'm gonna get my money's worth. And we were like clowns for like 5 years in a row, and I hated every moment of it. And so I wasn't scared of clowns. I just hated them because of that fact. I didn't want to be a fucking clown. I wanted to be a princess. I'm a fucking princess, okay? I really am. I really am a princess. I'm royal. I'm high priestess, royal through and through, empress. I sit on my throne. That is what I do. This is why I have an island accent. I know I'm from the island, some island somewhere. Okay, it just comes in and out. Especially when I do these readings, my spirit team be on it. They like they be saying child and shit. I don't even say child. But I digress. Just know the end is near for these fuckers. They all feeling it. Every curse, every ill intention that they set for you, all the lifetimes that they took you out. They took out your ancestors, your spirit team, the enemies, the victims that they took out. Their families are writing for you. So that's why your soul tribe is so vast. That's why they're so scared, because you work with the light and the dark. God loves all through me. They're literally touching my back right now. And if you don't like that truth, you don't like the reality that we can see you in even the dream state, maybe, just maybe, you'll get the fuck out of our energy. You might want to do that. You might want to. You might not. You got the prerogative. Do what you want to do. But this is your fate. I read the energy. I read the cards. Spirit guides me, guides my hand, guides my words, channels the messages in all shapes, all forms, all different ways through music. You can't stop what has already happened. You can't create a new reality when we see right through the shit. And these realities, you don't exist. And since I've already seen it, I already know it to be true. So you should be scared. You should be scared. Once again, you should be scared. I would be scared if I was you. If I believed in fear. Which I don't. So you just ignoring the signs like la 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 la, I don't hear it, it's not really happening, my stubbornness is showing. It's your arrogance, it's your ego that won't let you heal. Confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for the messages. But guess what? Your reality is death. 40:40 on the clock as I say this. Your reality is the ender of all enders. And if the Most High deems it appropriate, the opportunity to try again, well, guess what? You're on a waiting list. And while you're on that waiting list, you'll be working for me. You're working for me. Alright? What, honey? My oldest, he thinks he's like a big old teenager. He's only so-and-so years old. He need to go to sleep. Because this is late. This is late night reads. Alright? But it even says here, inevitable. 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 This is your fate. Breaking the deck again. We just got confinement. Misery loves company, so you'll be nice and comfortable with those weird, real wackadoodles. The ones that are misdiagnosed, the ones that are literal sociopaths, psychopaths, unalivers, lifetime unalivers, the ones that don't care if they get more people on their rap sheet because they're there for life anyways. You wanna fuck up? You wanna go head to head with those? All right. All you're gonna know is unfreedom. That's a weird way to say it. In captivity. Because God was playing chess, not checkers, and it's checkmate, bitch. Checkmate. Spirit says you live and you learn. You'll do better next lifetime. And when I say you're working for me, medium, hi, I'm your new boss. Yeah, you'll be working for me. I've already seen it. And somebody just passed on, or they're at death's door, and now they want to reach out to me because they know they're going to be working for me and they don't want me to be a hard ass to them. But I'm not the one that makes the rules. I'm just reading the energy and sharing with you what I know to be true. That's what I've always been doing. Did I know that I was a part of this wicked plot and scheme? Not for many months, until I did. And I just let it roll out and see where the energy was going. And I didn't look backwards. I didn't antagonize you guys. I didn't say ha ha, nana nana boo boo, stick your head in doo doo. I didn't do any of that. Because that's low vibrational, don't you know? Don't you know? So something about Canada too is significant. And Alaska. Well, when I went to school, I used to go to college in Atlanta, Georgia for a couple of years. They used to say that I sounded Canadian because I say A lot. I might. You might be right. You might. I don't know. But I heard that's like a Midwestern thing too, where they say A. So that's significant. Let's get some final messages. Because I need to do a little meditation and cleanse. Cleanse. Rihanna again. I love the way you cleanse. That's what I say when I cleanse. I sing that Rihanna song. You know how she go work. I love the way you work. I'm also hearing that song, the Man Down song. Shut that man down. Oh, did I pull the trigger? I'm in the man, life so soon. Okay, so she, in the video, she like accidentally unalives somebody, but didn't he like violate her, or he like raped her or something? So all this is significant. We're coming full circle here. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Okay? You really want to test my gangster? You really want to keep trying to like invade my space, invade my home, literally try to grape a psychic as if I don't see you coming, and I'm not 10 steps ahead of you. Really, I'm 100 steps ahead of you, because this is old energy. I read this shit over 2 years ago now. Come on now. I'm not gonna say that. They want me to tell you, like, somebody wants to see my piece. Somebody wants to see my pew pew. If you're so bold, only a select people want to see it. And then I heard also, I'm just getting channel messages, I also heard somebody's gonna be unalived by a pew pew. I'm not saying it's mine. I'm seeing these. There's gonna be a police official that takes somebody out because they won't stop what they're doing. So they either won't stop what they're doing, they're gonna come do something dangerous to one of the collective, and then the authorities, the officials, are gonna have to take them out, or they're gonna take themselves out because they don't want to go to jail and they don't want to be sick in jail. Like they've got the incurable, they don't want to go to jail and be sick. And this is somebody that unalived somebody already. This is a planned, like, I heard planned unaliver, or a trained unaliver, or this person has done this in the past. What's it called? A serial unaliver. Thank you, Spirit. That's what they are. They did it. They unalived somebody else in a different country, in a different land. This is what I'm talking about. Like some of these misfortunes and this illegal activity happened here in America, then some of it happened overseas, over waters, over troubled waters is what Spirit just said. Over troubled waters, where there's sand, where there's water, where there's ocean, where ocean meets land. That's very vague, Holy Spirit. What I'm seeing is like warm, humid, Sahara type areas, like some place in Africa or some island. Maybe Middle East, Egypt, Europe even, like Spanish even. This is what I'm saying. This person's done this many times before until they got to you. They couldn't take you out because they fell in love with you, or they got some sort of weird attachment, whatever. Okay, closing it out. Getting out of this. Getting out of this. Get me out of here. Honor yourselves, y'all. Honor your vessels. Fall in love with yourself. Do not let other people weigh you down. That's too many, Spirit. Thank you. You want to be light as a feather. Think before you judge. Think before you leap is also what I'm hearing. Okay? You might have done this like on film. Remember in like the 80s and 90s, before we had like these smartphones and shit, somebody witnessed you levitating, or they saw you using your telekinesis or another gift or something, and it's on tape somewhere. That's why like you've always been monitored, like you've always been a mystic or a magical being. Before the Ouija boards, before the cards, before all this stuff. You have many gifts, and some they're quite scared of, and some you share with the world. Alright? Yeah. Ooh, look at her standing in the ashes. It says Phoenix. How's that happily ever after? You tell me. Because we're living it right now. We're witnessing magic. You're witnessing the whole world changing because you woke up. And you're waking up the masses. And this is what the powers that were never wanted. They never wanted the collective to wake up and change the world. They never thought that this would happen. They did everything within their power to stop and slow it down. But what they really did was solidify their fate with their Dark Lord, with the Grim Reaper, with death. Okay, whatever you want to call it, whatever role you need to put on it, this is their unaliving. They did it to themselves. Okay. Don't shoot the messenger, as if you could. All right. So lavender, surround yourself with love. Surround yourself with love right now. Love on yourself. Lavender may be beneficial for you to burn right now. It's lovely. It's therapeutic. It's wonderful in aromatherapies. Eat something purple. Be around some purple shit. And literally, purple is the color of royalty. And purple has always been my favorite color. If you know, you know. Okay? It says, morning, the world awaits you, you beautiful royal specimen. My kings and my queens of the divine collective. Alright? Damn. It says raindrops. Take a chance on that. Who are they taking a chance on, Spirit? Oh, okay. They said new love interest, new family, new soul tribe members. This is your justice, because you're a good omen. You're in good energy light. Spirit's confirmation. And keep that bitch fire. Keep it aflame. It says stand up for yourself. Even in the dream state. Do not cower. Do not whimper. Do not hide. Run this shit. Run these fuckers out of here with every word that you speak, because words have power and they know that what you say comes to fruition. And you know this, man. And it says, which justice is coming. Whatever form of justice that you are manifesting. Alright? You are the light. You are the sun. You are that higher power that they were always fearing. Congratulations. Just focus on the here and now, and everything else is just remnants of your past, and you don't ever have to go through those cycles ever again. So this is Flower with Rebel Flower Tarot. Have a great evening or morning or afternoon. I tip my hat to you. Toodaloo. Love you guys. Bye.